Today.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. This is Cary from Port Charlotte Fletcher Music, and I'm in our other store next door down near where Sears was. We got this other store that we teach our big classes in. Isn't that great? This was a Taekwondo place at one time, and we have it now. So I'm going to do an easy SD workshop, mostly easy because it said easy first. And I've got today the single keyboard. I've got an easy 3, so when I'm talking about an easy 1 or discovery 3, easy 1, 2, and 3, I'm going to be on this one. And then I also have the easy 4. I'm going to be talking about, and also the freedom 3 and easy 4. So I'm going to start on the single keyboard instrument. Okay. So I'm gonna talk about features and buttons. I like to help you learn more about your instrument, how to sound great, and which ones the buttons do, and what songs they go to. I'll start off with a song. Here we go. Let's do a little big band, Frank and the Count. Standards full band. Yay!
Nice air drums.
Yeah. So I'm going to start off with when you first turn on your Discovery 3 or Easy 1, 2, or 3, you always get the piano across the whole thing with touch sensitivity. Watch. So that's what a lot of people nowadays come in and they say they want to learn to play the piano. Not much organ anymore. So that's what Lowry did on the virtual orchestra. First sound you get is the piano. And sometimes a grandchild might come over that's been taking piano lessons and they want to do their song. So you can actually have touch. Watch. Hit it, keep hitting it harder. And it's a real recording of a real grand piano. And the volume on the Easy 1 is over here on the left, the master volume, the red. And you have to go up or down. When they first turn it on, they have it set at about 6 lights. And if you touch it in your screen, little bars will go across. Let me show you. So I got the master volume. And let's see. Oh, come on.
Wee.
Sorry, it went on, it was on the wheel. Ready? Watch this. Look at that. See? So when you touch certain volumes, the screen will say how many bars you got. So that's the master volume. On Easy 1, that's the only volume you have. On the Easy 2 and 3, there's not only that master volume, but then you have your volume pedal. See? Watch this. When you have a rhythm going. can make it louder with your foot. Now, also in that volume pedal, right here, there's a kick switch in the left, and what that will do is give you the sustain for the piano. Oops, sorry. Here we go. See, I'm holding it. Without, with. Yay! Now also on the volume pedal on the EZ 2 or 3, that same kick switch will do the Hawaiian guitar bend or glide, and it works with certain sounds like the country guitar. Isn't that great? And it works for a lot of different, that works for the fiddle. And horns like trombone. So it's your glide or sustain. Okay, next section is the styles. And all the instruments have the same 6, the EZ 1, 2, and 3. Standards, country, smooth, Latin, rock, and 3, 4. Now there's a category before it says the performer. On an EZ 1, there's only one in here, and it says pianist. So that means you have 2 categories. And the ultimate is full band, pianist, and guitarist. Some instruments there's 3. This one has 2 and 1, pianist and guitarist. But usually there's 3 of them. So on an EZ 1, if you press standards without the pianist, it is the full band one. And it's called Frank and the Count. Isn't that great? If I took and I put that same standards with the pianist, I get this rhythm. 2-beat piano. Or if I press the guitarist, I get the guitar swing. So that's how you get the three variations to each one. So I'm going to do a few of my favorites. I love smooth full band, which they call it EZ 4/4. Great for all the musicals, love songs. Or I like the Latin full band, ballroom Latin. Or 3/4 full band. And they call it full band because there's drums, fill-ins. It's a much larger orchestra playing it. So if you leave the full band on, all 6 of them, you're going to have a full band setting. Country full band has fill-ins. The next setting is the pianist. Now, being that a lot of people like the sound of the piano, the easy part's the right hand, the hard part's the left hand. So that's why they made 6 pianist rhythms. Listen to the smooth pianist. Or if I wanted to play the 3-4 pianists, like a church pianist or country. Just piano, but now it's a waltz. Everyone gets a piano one. Like rock pianist is Fats Domino. The next variation is the guitarist. So I can get, like in standards, guitarist is called guitar swing. Great for raindrops keep falling on my head, or dream a little dream. Or if I did the 3-4 guitarist, it's great, just a finger picking guitar. It's not pa like the full band. No, not that one. 1, 2, 3, 1. That's full band. Has that strong downbeat. 1, 2, 3. This one, the guitars is much even. Or if I did rock guitarist, I got the Bill Haley and the Comets. See the 3 variations. The easy one you have 2. On the easy 2 you have 3 variations. On the easy 3 there's a bonus one. In the full band there's 2 of them. And you scroll on your screen. Like on standards there's a march polka. But I want to do, let's see, the swing march under the waltz. Yay! The next button I want to talk about is the intro ending. Depends how long you've been playing. Sometimes you'll hit it and then the organ just shuts off and ends. Well, the way you use it is you have to put the style on first. Don't start it. Don't hit the chord yet. Just put on the rhythm, set your tempo, and then put on the intro button. Then press your first chord. I know some people that when they put on intro and then they just hit the start. That's not really, you could do that, but the best way to start the intro is with your first chord of the song so it matches musically. Okay, so here it is. C. See, it matched. So, because if sometimes your who knows what chord was on last, and if you just hit the intro and you start, it might not match. Oh. See, it didn't match. As long as you're having fun, though. Then when it's going and you're done, use that same button and it ends it. So before you start, you push it on, hit your first chord, and then you press the same button and it ends it. But each style has another intro, the minor intro. So if your song happens to start in a minor chord like Summertime, starts with A minor, I'll get an alternate intro. Here's A minor. So the fun thing to do is go through each one and listen to the major and the minor. Here is smooth major, C. Here's minor. One. Or here's the 3/4 major. Yay. Minor. So I try to go through each one so I can know what it's going to sound like. So it'd be a surprise to try each one. I mean, like, smooth pianist. Let's see what major. F. Here's minor. Look at that. Yeah, intro ending. That could really help you sound great. The next button is fill. Fill. Punxsutawney Phil. Just kidding. Is Phil gonna see a shadow this year? We'll find out. But this fill is F-I-L-L. Some instruments called FX. Most instruments red. It happens to be blue on this instrument on the EZ3. But it's right next to the start stop. And what fill will do is just like when someone's playing and they do a fill in the gaps of the song. Well, you press fill and it'll last till the next available beat and it ends. Watch. Some are real short. So I want to show you their light lights up. So you see this red light? Sometimes it lasts, watch this. It ends when that, it ends when that hits sometimes. Now if I hold it, I'll get even more. Watch this. I'm still holding it. So each one fill. And you want to use your left hand when you do fill. Let me demonstrate. I practice fill. I do a C chord. I hit fill. Then I hit F. Fill. And I hit a G. Fill. And I use my pointer finger. This way, when you're playing along, you already practiced where it is. Fill. Hey. Fill in. A few of my favorites, like on the 50s love song, The Rock Pianist. There's a whole nother part after if I hold it longer. Watch this. There's a build up and then a whole nother part. Now watch happens. But I can't play my chords and hold it at the same time. Darn it. But anyway, there's some fill rhythms have a whole nother third part. You got to figure out which ones. I know a few of them that does that. Some they just do the same thing over and over and over. Watch country. Watch this. That's the first one. Watch this. It's all in the timing. Yay. Isn't that great? Next button is the button in the center, songs. And what it does is it has the first book 1 in it, in the easy one, all 10 songs. And if you're like, oh, I don't know how Little Brown Jug goes, you press songs and you scroll to the song you want. Oh. So you press the song button and then you scroll. And then you hit select or hit start over here. And then you just listen. And then you stop it and you imitate what you just heard. Now on Easy 2, you have 30 songs. No, 20 songs, sorry. 2 books. And then the Easy 3 has 30 songs. If you put on the thing called chain loop, it'll play all the songs one after another. Okay, so now on this side, we have icons, piano, guitars, strings. This one has woodwinds and more, and then organs. So there's several sounds in each one of those. Now the organ will set it up for you, but if you press one, you would scroll to the one you want. That's how it works. So you just pick one, and then you scroll. You say, oh, that's the one I want. So it's not hard. Set it up. And then some instruments have the duet. That'll play 2 keys while you play 1 finger. So that's the single keyboard ones. And now I'm going to go to the EZ4. Okay, I start off with, I'm going to do gospel. Here we go. Gospel full band. Yay. Okay. Now over here, I have a new button on the left. Oh, wrong one. I have a bass. So if you feel like you're too much boom boom, you can lower it. When I touch it, the screen will say where I'm at. And then if I push both of them together, I can lock it too. I don't know if you know about that, the lock feature. So my accompaniment and bass, I can adjust. I don't have to, but if I wanted to, I can. And there's my 3, full band, pianist, and guitarist. But here's some new buttons, traditional and gospel. I'm going to do gospel guitarist, and it's great. On the Freedom 3, it's called Guitar Heaven. This one's called Guitars. Just a great background. Play a lot of pretty songs. Or this is a really pretty guitar background. I love that one. Or if I did traditional guitars, it's called jazz guitar. Good old swing, or just a guitar player and a bass player doing walking bass. So you might notice I got the double keyboards. On the double keyboard, EZ4, I've got my C, F, and G, my chords right here. I don't know if you can see that. Come on. So they're right there, right above. And so I could have my right hand this close, and my left hand right there. So it could be easier to see my hands. And I can also play down here and play up here. So that's the neat thing about the double keyboard. It automatically sets up two sounds. But when you're learning, you can be playing and glance down and see both hands in the same line of vision. Yay! Then you get better and better. But then on here I could play here, I could play over here, I could play up here. I also can play down up here and here. I got all these different places I could play. So every time I pick a style, I've got the correct sound on the upper and lower. So if I go to smooth, I got a flute. And 3/4, I got a viola. And the Latin guitarist. Guitar and vibes. And the march, I got accordion and a trumpet. So they give me two sounds. Yay. Next, a new button some people have is called Song Setup. Because no matter how long someone's been coming, they say, okay, I'm learning my both hands and playing some songs, but I still don't know what song, what rhythm, and what sound go to, and what tempo. So a lot of people say, can't you just like write a book that has them all in it? No, that's too many songs. So what Lowry did is they made Song Setup. All I do is I press it, and it has a list of songs I scroll through. And I just go to the one I want. Let's say I want to do Alley Cat. So then I hit select, and it disappears, but it did its thing. So now I play. Watch this. That's the sound of the scary cat. Or my cat, I had a cat named Bootsy, and that's the sound he made just before he bit me. So anyway, Song Setup is a list of 100 songs that set the whole instrument up. So I've got Aloha, Hawaiian. Get the Hawaiian and everything. So I used my glide. Watch. everything I need. If I go to Amazing Grace, let's see what's on the lower. Song setup. Hope you're using your song setup. I use it all the time. So like if I go to, I'm going to do Can't Help Falling in Love. Hit select. Because that's what the people say. You know, when you guys play, you know what to set up and you get all these good sounds. How are we going to know? And so we started writing books and stuff. We had all these papers and then how'd you get that? I want one too. And then Lowry listened, and they said, okay, we got it. What we'll do is we'll load them in. And the bigger the organ, the more song setups. And the reason is there's more rhythms and sounds to put it together. So on this, I got 100. So I did Can't Help Falling in Love. Let's see what they do. Okay, this time I'm going to start on my lower and do the bridge on the upper. Here it comes, upper. Song set up. Watch this. Cherry, Pink, and Apple Blossom. Song setup. That's great. Now, song setup is made up of Latin, big band, country, hymns, waltzes. So sometimes you can use the same style, same setup for another song. So let's say I did Folsom Prison Blues, and I play all the Johnny Cash's song with the same thing. Or I found that little trick works. If I did Happy Together, I did Sweet Caroline. Or Beach Boys. Yay, song setup. I just can't go on and on about it. It's great, great feature. Next button I'm going to talk about is Fake It. Fake It. So it's over here. Fake It. So Fake It, when I put it on the upper keyboard, I'm going to explain what Fake It, how it works. So this is always what happens. At first, people are like, I can't get my hands together. And then it'll happen, and then all of a sudden it does. And then they get a lot better. And then they says, I don't know what buttons to press. And then they start getting that. And then they're like, oh, minor chords. Oh, and then all of a sudden they got them. And then they come to us and they say, okay, now I want to know how to improvise. How do you do that fill in? When you guys, you had all these extra notes. They go from to now I want to do that. So we're like, okay. And we have a class. And we take out the whiteboard. And there's only one way to figure it out is to write out these scales. So we're writing them down. And I remember I had a whiteboard up. And I had a class packed. It was full. And I'm writing out these blues scales. And I'm thinking, oh, I bet you they're back there going like, oh, this is going to be great. And I'm writing out all these scales and stuff. And then I turn around and I look at the class and everybody's like, and the guy in the back. And so it's just too much. That's why people go to college and stuff. So Lowry listened again, and he said, we'll do it. We'll call it Fake It. Now, there's about, I think, 4 to 5 different Fake It's, depending on what rhythm you use. And on some larger instruments, there's up to like 11 different ones. So watch this. So I'm going to put on country, and I'm going to do my own Fake It first. And they're like, yeah, that's it. I want to do that. Well, I push Fake It. Now I can hit one key. Sounds the same, doesn't it? Or wiggle too. And then turn it off. Go back. Fake it. If I did standards, I've got one that's similar. Wiggle it. Three fingers. That's too much. Then I found out under rock, there's a different one. It's like the Johnny B. Good solo. Stay with it. And this will help your dexterity. So if you do this, it's just not going to help. That's not going to do it. You got to keep going. You can slow the tempo down, but tell you what happened was people were using it, and then they said, man, my hand's getting better. Well, first my hand hurt, but then it got better. And so what you can do is you can wiggle with your best fingers. Maybe it's these two. Maybe it's these two. Probably not these two. So you go. That's a great one. And then I like the march Fake It. Can you see how that can help? And when you're done with Fake It, turn it off. Because your song's not going to sound right when you... What's wrong? Oh, Fake It. Whoops. One time I was playing a concert. I'm like, what the... Oh, whoops. Fake It. So there's Fake It. Make sure you use it and wiggle 2 fingers. And there's different patterns. There's a smooth one, but I'm not really... Not my favorite. I like the rock ones, the country, and the standards, and the march. Those are the ones I like. Fake it. So then, last thing I want to talk about is the harmony. It's over here with fake it. Okay, so sometimes some instruments, you have the one, the duet. Sometimes it's purple on there. It's the darker color, but it's always over on the right on all the instruments on the very end. It says harmony and has a picture of three notes together. So harmony, this is, that's when someone plays three fingers, or a duet, or an octave. That's the octave, the same note. So, and then there's one called rock. So inside, when I press harmony, I look at my screen, and I got duet, rock, octave, and AOC. Now the organ will pick the correct one for you, but you can have fun and pick your own. So let's say if I pressed on traditional, they put on duet. When I went to Latin, they put the duet on. That's how I got the two marimbas and stuff. Here we go. Here's without. I'm going to add it. Ready? Hear that other note come in? Sounds really great with like the Spanish guitar. Tell you the piano and strings sound great with the octave. Watch this. Without. So like, you can have a lot of fun with that. And then when I put on the Amazing Grace song setup, they put the one called AOC, which is the actual full chord. Hear it? Now, really, I want to tell you, not only does it make you sound great, it helps your ear and your chords better. Watch. I wouldn't have heard those chords without it as much. With. Yay! So as my finale, I'm going to go to She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain song setup.
Before we do your finale, let me just give a couple of announcements.
Wait, sorry.
That's okay. Just a couple quick things. Just make sure you're all aware. This Thursday, we are doing our next weekly variety class. So let me just show you. I want you guys to make sure you're checking our website frequently here for any kind of schedule. We also get an email update, but it's good to go on here once in a while just to refamiliarize and check just to make sure you know what's going on. This is the classes and events page on the website. If you look at this will give you just our regular weekly variety classes. And like I said, Thursday the 14th, we have our weekly class featuring Bart Jensen this week. So that's going to be a really good class. He's got something worked up for you. It's at 12 p.m. Arizona time, 2 p.m. Eastern. So as you scroll down, you can kind of keep checking and keep looking for things coming up throughout every week. So just a reminder to keep checking that. So let me close that. Just make sure you're aware of that. And I believe a little later this afternoon, you should be getting an email, a very important update and some good news for you guys. So that's all I got. Let's have Cary do a nice finale. Hope you enjoyed the class.
Okay. Since I had that little bit of time, I thought about something. So what I'm going to do is you work off of the song setup, She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain. And what it did, so I push and I press select. What it did, it set up the train. Okay, so I've got the train and I've got fiddles and the country guitar. So I got that, but I'm thinking I want to also put other stuff in here. So I'm going to put a saxophone, and then also I'm going to put a banjo. So I've got banjo and more, I've got a sax, and I got my violin fiddle. So here we go. Just a little extra. So let me explain what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do is I've got my fiddle on the upper, and I got my country guitar. And then I'm going to go to the sax and then the banjo also later. All aboard. Here we go. Hey, why not fake it? I don't know when I'm pulling for some prison. Sax. Banjo. Yay.
Yay.
Very good,
Very
Cary.
good.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Very good, Cary. Love it.
Good.
Nice
Thank you,
job,
Cary.
Cary.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Good job, son.
Okay.